Today I want to talk to my people that feel that they do not qualify. You do not qualify to be in the space that you're in. You do not qualify for love. You do not qualify for respect. So, as I spoke about in the first episode, I made some decisions in my life that the consequences were really, really hard on me. And part of those consequences meant that I did not go to university when my peers went to university, or I did not graduate when my peers graduated. And I was so down on myself because I could not walk into a room like my peers could and say, this is what I did in university, and now I have this job and I make this much money. I looked down on myself and I felt like my friends looked down on me too. When I walked into a room with them, I hung, behind them. And when conversations started about what do you do, I kind of shied away from the conversation. Or I was the funny one, right? You walk in and you tell all these jokes just to divert from talking about what it is you do for a living. And the only reason that I did that was because I was ashamed of myself and I did not feel that I was worthy of love and respect. Simply because I did not have the university qualifications that my peers did. And this bled into my personal life. I didn't feel when I was in a relationship with somebody that I brought too much to the table because I felt like the other person could be with somebody that was well educated, that made this money. And so, to be honest, there's a lot of crap that I took in relationships because I felt that I wasn't worthy. And for me, being educated, having a university degree is a big thing because I come from a family of people that are educated. I'm talking degrees, I'm talking practices, I'm talking about law firms. That is my family background. And I felt that I was failing my family and that I was failing myself for not being one of these people. So I felt that I wasn't loved. I wasn't loved by my family. I felt that I didn't have anything to offer. And I know my family members are going to be like, what do you mean you didn't feel loved? I'm talking about myself here, family. So hang on. Yeah. And so what I want to talk to you today about is that you are worthy of love, whether you have the qualification or not. You are worthy of love, whether you have achieved something or not. I think that the way of the world where we insist on telling our children that they have to have this and they have to have that in relation to how much love they get from us, it really, really does not work well. So I felt that I didn't have much to bring to the table, and so then that made me feel like I didn't deserve to be loved or to be respected by my peers or by my family members or everybody around me. It was really, really crippling. But I have learned as I have gone on that actually my self-worth is not tied to what I do for work. My self-worth is not tied to my qualifications. I have learned to separate these two. Because what happens when you are fired from the job? What happens when that company is downsizing? What happens when, God forbid, you have an accident and you can no longer do that thing that you're well known for? Where does the love go? I want to tell you that you are so much more than what it is that you're doing for work right now. You are so much more than what your peers celebrate you for. Because the moment that you lose that, are they still going to be around? Stop tying your self-worth to what it is that you do and how much money that you earn. You are worthy of love and respect right now, just as you are. You may not feel like it. You may not look like it. Because a lot of us also base our self-love on how we look. If we're not completely made up, if the face is not beat, if the hair is not laid, then we think that we're not worthy of love. You are worthy of love simply because you exist. And you may be wondering, how did that work out with the university qualification and my peers, etc.? What actually happened was I managed, or I was blessed enough to finally get a job where I use my talents. my talents for speaking, for writing, for ideating, and they celebrated me for that. And that helped me so much with my self-esteem and helped me realize that actually I am pretty badass at some things, and none of this stuff was I taught in any institution of learning. And my family just wanted the best for me. They love me whether I have a qualification or not. But I needed to realize this for myself and not put it on my family that, oh, they're not going to love me if I don't do this. I am worthy of love, just as you are worthy of love, whether you qualify for it or not, in terms of a university degree or a job, etc. You are worthy of love right where you are, and I want you to know this. Thank you so much for listening. Visit the website www.trulytwaambo.com. Write me an email. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something in particular you want me to talk about. And most importantly, share this podcast with your friends and with your family. I appreciate you. Thank you.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.